Welcome back to the Sky Lifestyles Coaching Series, helping men all around the world to attract and connect with women on level few men will ever experience.
Yeah, it's quite crazy because I think I'm in love with a girl that I met for just about a month ago. Yeah, she's really it's crazy. That wasn't my plan at all. So when I started to get some kind of feelings for her, I just I really didn't know what to do. But then I thought, what the heck, just go with it, because I really I liked it, and I just went with it. So yeah, so there it is.
All right. Well, looks like we're gonna have to have a talk today.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. So hey, so we definitely got some things to talk about today. Hopefully Chris will be on shortly, because he's gonna be talking to Michelle and giving him advice. All right. Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
So we've got a situation, dude. We got a 911.
Yeah, my show, right?
Not real, Vaughn.
Does this involve Larry Marshall?
Nope. For the first time, it really doesn't involve Larry Marshall. This involves Michelle. And this is definitely a 911, dude. And this is a 911, Chris, that you can completely relate to.
Uh-oh. Did he fall in love with a girl?
Yep.
Did he get his balls taken away yet?
No, he's still in the beginning phases, and this call is going to be about the warning to Michelle, and what Michelle takes out of this call and what he does with it is completely up to him. But like I did for you, Chris, I warned you. I was very clear on what I said, and you still fucked yourself really bad, didn't you?
Yep, I didn't listen.
You didn't listen.
Suffered for about a year.
And that's an entire year out of Chris's life, dude, that he suffered. And not only did he suffer, it took him down a path that he never wanted to go down. He was fucking rocking. He had his shit together. He was going out. He was meeting chicks. He was finally, for the first time in his life, molding and living his life. And then one day he says, you know what? I've never had a girlfriend. I want to have a girlfriend. So I said, okay, 911. I warned him. I talked about the birds and the bees, about falling in love with a girl. Guess what? He didn't listen. He went down that path. He lost his balls. Right? And it's taken him a long time to recover. Okay, so Chris, I'm gonna pass this over to you if you don't mind, and kind of let you tell your story about how it affected you, because Michelle's basically in a situation where he's been in a relationship for about 10 years, and with the same girl. He finally decided, you know what, I want to date around. I want to be with other women. So he's kind of been breaking out of that over the last 3 months, but then over the last month, he really made that decision. They're really splitting up. And then on today's call, he says that he met this other girl, and he's fallen in love with her. So just want you to kind of give a little bit of a story and a background, about your situation.
I'll give a brief summary.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was about 2 years ago, and I was living like a rock star. I was doing club promotions. I was living like VIP lifestyle, all that kind of stuff. And I met this one girl and I decided that it was around Christmas time, or a couple months before Christmas, and I was like, you know what, I want to have a girl around for Christmas time. So I met this girl, and we hit it off. Things were great. It was actually a really hot connection. It was probably the most intense connections I've ever had with a girl, and that's what made it even more addictive and more troublesome down the road.
And you experience all these crazy, amazing feelings that you've never felt before, and then you were saying things that you've never said before, and she was saying things that she never said before that you've never heard, and all this chemistry and all this stuff was happening, and it felt like it was magic. It was like meant to be.
Yep, butterflies every time we saw each other, all that kind of stuff. It was just crazy intense. And she had some red flags in there that I ignored. Long story short, she was a really jealous girl. I had a lot of girlfriend friends around, and we had an argument almost every single week about that. And basically, one by one, I started knocking off my other girlfriends, just getting rid of them to try to please her. And she, over time, started turning me into a guy that I didn't want to be, and a guy that she didn't want to be, or that she didn't want me to be. And that's one thing that you're going to have to realize is women will try to change you, even though they don't really mean it. They don't really want to change you, but they do it anyway. And it's in their nature. They try to turn you into some guy just some pussy guy that you don't want to be, and you're going to be miserable. And you don't want her to do that to you, because she's not going to be happy with it, and you're not going to be happy with it. And slowly but surely, you're going to wake up one day, and you're not going to have your balls, and you're going to be like, what the fuck happened?
So Michelle, Michelle, let me ask you this: How did that work out for you the last time, dude?
Yeah, not so good, but that's I think I've learned by my mistakes, and I can do it better this time. That's what I think.
Here's the important thing. You want to have other women in your life. Girls always have other guys in their lives. Doesn't matter if they're friends or whatever, but if you're going to be with this girl, you definitely need other women in your life. And that's to balance everything out. If she tries to tell you to get rid of those girls, then that's a huge red flag on her part. You need to explain to her that that's not going to happen. Because she'll basically try to control you.
Yeah.
And I don't even know this girl, but I just know women. I just know women by nature.
Michelle, that's coming from a guy that I warned a long time ago about falling in love too quick when he wasn't ready. He didn't have the foundation built to be able to be strong enough to be able to put himself into that situation and walk out fine if it didn't work out, right? He was still in those beginning phases where he was learning to find himself. He was learning to find what he truly loves. All this new entire life, this new wild, awesome lifestyle that he just got into, it was all new. It was all fresh. He wasn't 100% comfortable with it. He wasn't 100% confident in it. Which I don't, understand. I don't see anything wrong with if you want to fall in love and you want to, live the whole happily ever after lifestyle. I don't mind that, and I promote it all day long. But make sure you do it from a strong foundation, not a place of lack of. Okay, understand, Michelle, you've been with a girl for 10 years. You've been wanting to break out of this for so long now You meet me, I'm helping you do it, and then next thing you know, you're fucking in love with another girl. Like, the first thing that comes along. That's not cool, dude. It's not cool because you didn't even give yourself a chance to find the real you. You didn't give yourself a chance to live that life and have multiple women around you to really be and live that lifestyle that you've desired for the last 10 fucking years. And you're already, like, falling in love with this one girl. Don't get me wrong. It feels good. You know, you experience feelings that, you know, you didn't have over the last 10 years. That's a long time, dude. That's a long time to be suppressed. There's no doubt about it. But understand, you are not ready to put yourself into that situation. If you do, I can only hope that you don't. If you do, all I'm saying is, I told you so. Because it's going to be a long, nasty road. It's going to be all butterflies, and it's going to feel wonderful for the first few months, and then next thing you know, everything's going to fiddle away and, you know, go right back down into the road that you didn't want to do before. You are not strong enough as a man internally to be able to do it. You have not gone out and experienced what you really wanted to experience, why you got into this program initially. You said you wanted to go out and have a girl, you wanted to go out and you wanted to have variety. You wanted to be able to date around it, you know, experience and try this girl and try that girl and just date around and have that freedom. Dude, you didn't even let yourself get to that point. You're falling in love with the first thing that comes across, you know, around, which is cool. It's a great feeling, but I'm strongly pushing against this, dude. If you want to hang out with this girl, cool. I'm not saying that you can't hang out with her, but what I am saying is there's some guidelines and things that you need to do if that's what you do want to do. If you want to continue seeing this girl, and you do want to, you know, there's some things that you really need to do if you do want even a remote chance of this thing even working out with it.
Hey, Michelle, Alan.
Okay.
I think one of the things also, going back to what we were talking about, going with the flow, we tend to do what society expects us to do, which is get into a long-term relationship. That's what society expects us to do. And I also was in a long relationship. I was in a 8+ year relationship. And, you know, it started well, and then it just got really, you know, it did not feel right. And then when I got out of it also, it was like you have this tendency to go back to it or to try to go back to it because that's what you know. But, you know, it doesn't feel natural, really, to go back to the relationship thing because, as Chris was saying earlier, when you're in a relationship, things start happening. If you're not strong enough to do this, that you start losing all your masculinity. I mean, the girl wants you not to be around other girls. The girl wants you to be, you know, completely available to her, you know, but you lose all of your, you know, all of your, what makes you attractive to begin with, you know, and then down the line you become less attractive and she ends up leaving you anyway.
And then it doesn't work out, and then you're sitting there fucking butt naked in the middle of the street wandering around aimlessly saying, what the fuck happened to my balls? You're looking down and your balls are nowhere to be seen, right? You're just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, a year and a half just went by, and you're looking down. Oh, my God. It's like a bad dream. You look down, and you don't have any balls. What the fuck happened to me?
I thought you were talking about his video. Yeah, he made a good video, Michelle, about him in the beach.
Oh, yeah, Michelle's video. Hey, Michelle. So Michelle sends in this video, his weekly
I had my balls there.
Michelle's weekly challenge video this week was his buddy videotaping him changing butt naked in the middle of a parking lot with people all around. And he's sitting there, and he's in the parking lot, he's bending over, and his little wanker's hanging out, and his buddy's talking about how little his wanker is because it's cold. And dude, you see that? Michelle, look down for a minute. Seriously, I want you to look down for a second. Like, just seriously, look at that little wanker that I saw in that picture. It ain't gonna be there in a year and a half if you continue down that path, dude. I promise you that. I've seen it too many times. Don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. You know, yes, dude, I understand where you're coming from. The feelings of love. Dude, I just met this girl, you know, not long ago, like a couple of weeks ago. You know, it was a month ago. I think I told you about her, the girl that I met camping. You know, every day we were talking. One day we talked for like 8 hours. It was so insane hot. I totally felt like I was falling in love with this girl, and she felt was falling in love with me. So then I ended up seeing her a couple weeks later. I ended up booking a trip up north to go see her, and you know, had a good weekend with her, and it was kind of cool in the beginning. But then the fact that her husband knew where we were, it kind of made me a little bit on edge and a little uncomfortable because I have been chased down by angry boyfriends and husbands before by at gunpoint. So the fact that she actually told her husband where she was going that weekend and where we were, I'm like, why would you fucking do that? Like, so that kind of sucked. I mean, that kind of killed the weekend for me. And
Was there a little infrared dot on you the whole weekend?
That's what I felt like, dude. I was so fucking self-conscious about it. I'm just like watching my back everywhere we're going. We're walking down the street. I'm watching my back and shit. Like, getting ready to take cover. So, you know, and then so that kind of made the weekend awkward. So it went from like, we were like, I felt like I was falling in love. There's no doubt about it. I was open to it. I'm open to anything, fucking whatever. You know, and she felt like she felt the same thing. And then, but then things went off for her because then she was, you know, felt guilty because she was going around on her husband, and you know that made the weekend awkward. So then after that, it kind of turned into we're still friends, we talk, and she's still getting a divorce. But that was the moral story. Here's just unhappy. I hope you realize it. So I'm extremely grateful that I was able to give that to her. But since then, so you know, like last week, I was with one girl on Monday night. I was with another girl on Tuesday night, and I was with a new girl on Wednesday night. Yeah, and it's been crazy, dude. And I had the most insane night last night. I had this girl over, and we had the craziest, hottest sex, dude. Like, seriously, this girl made such a fucking mess. It was insane. Like, for 2.5 hours, this girl was coming and squirting and just, like, doing all this shit. Like, every 5 fucking minutes. Like, nonstop for 2.5 hours. Like, it was just nuts. It was just, oh. God, I fucked up my couch really bad, though. So I got her coming over in a little bit to clean it up. But anyway,
Did you see that horrified look on Larry Marshall's face when you were telling that story? Larry, seriously, did you see your face? Oh my God, you look like you were horrified.
He went pale for that's cool. No, but for me, like, it's really, really tough for me to top my sexual experiences that I have with a girl, right? Because, you know, I mean, here I thought I'd seen and done it all. And then this girl comes along. This is my second time with her, only my second time being with her. And, it was insane. It was sick. You know, and it wasn't even only 2.5 hours of crazy, crazy hot sex. We stopped for 30 minutes and then started back up an hour later. We didn't get any sleep. But, hey, Michelle, shit like that will not happen if you fall in love, dude. Crazy shit like that is not going to happen. You're not going to have that variety. You're not going to have that choice. Here, let me show you something. You're not going to be able to have these nights.
I think he said that she's
She
a crazy
is
chick.
a crazy chick
Oh, fuck yeah.
that wants adventure, and she's really wild in bed and everything, man.
All right, there's my patio. The jeans on the chair, the jeans and underwear on the chair are from Monday night. The jeans and underwear on the floor are from Tuesday night. I really did forget to take them off. I really did forget to, like, from the Monday night, like, and put them away, but so they were just on the ground, so I threw them in the chair real quick, and then we went on the patio with the Tuesday girl, and then she kind of got hot with her, but and the thing is understand one thing. Each one of the girls that I'm seeing understands fully that I want nothing serious. I absolutely love hanging out with them when I'm with them. I'm all about creating crazy, hot, wild experiences when I am with them. But I just don't want the tie downs. I don't want any bonds. I don't want any bullshit. And they 100% know that, and they're cool with that. Not bad. Not a bad way to go start your week on a Monday night, right?
Nope.
Once again, you were dressed up, and we knew it wasn't for us.
Oh, I should have taken a picture of the couch, actually. That was fucking pretty insane. My couch was, like, split in half, and, like, part of it was, like, in the middle of the living room floor. Fucking insane. Yeah. Point being, Michelle, is when you came and you started this program, you said you wanted variety. You said you wanted to be able to date around. You said you wanted to be able to have sex with different girls and experience and have all this, and now you're falling in love with one. Let me ask you one thing.
Yep.
Let me ask you one thing. Is she open to bringing in other chicks?
I don't know.
Well, you might, since that's what you want, you might want to figure that out. It's a little important, being that you're already in love and all that. You know, you might want to figure that out. If she's not okay with it, you can make her okay with it. All right, so now you talk. You tell me what's going on, man.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't think I would get some feelings for her if it wasn't for that she really is an adventurous girl that really wants to do crazy stuff, you know, do crazy shit all the time, and I trigger her and she triggers me, and it's really fun, you know. So I think that's why she's really fun to be with in all kind of ways. So yeah, that's why. So the thing is how to keep my balls.
You know what that just sounded like, dude? You know what that sounded like? Actually, that just reminded me of myself. That reminded me of myself most of my life. Calling my dad up, saying, "Dad, how you doing, buddy?" And he says, "Good. What you been up to?" I said, "Oh man, I met this girl. She's amazing. We can talk, we can have fun. She's got a good job. She's adventurous, you know. And we just got this insane thing. Like, I really think this one's different." And you know, he says, "Yeah," and then he says, "Yeah, but you know." And, you know, he's like, whatever, you know. And I said, "No, Dad, seriously, this one is different." And I talked to him, and I was so passionate, and just like what you just said, dude. Actually, I was way more passionate than what you just said. That was pretty fucking pathetic, by the way. When I got excited about a girl that I just first met, like, I would just be so fucking intense. I'd be in there, like, I'd just be like, "Oh my God, this girl is amazing," and she's adventurous. She likes the same things I like. She likes this. She does this. So we've got this insane connection. The sex is hot, and she says things that she just make me feel things that she's never made me feel. Both my mom and dad, dude, would say the same shit. Yeah, Joe, that's the same exact shit you said about the last week, and the girl before that, the week before that, and the week before that, and the week before that. Man, why you gotta fuck it up for me like that? Yeah. So, again, I understand, Michelle, your desire to have all these crazy feelings and have meet this girl that, is adventurous and cool and, again, but, dude, yeah, she is a cool girl compared to what you had. Well, let me ask you this. What did you have?
What I had. Yeah, she was cool in the beginning, but then things started to go on routine and stuff.
Yes, that is my point exactly, dude. Why did you join this program? You did not join this program to get just a little bit better than what you had. Anything is good. Any fucking girl is going to be better than the situation that you had. I mean, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be adventurous. It's going to be different. You're going to have feelings. You're going to have the sex and everything that's associated with it is going to be a step above that. But we're not talking about taking you to a level, Michelle, where you can just go above water and you can breathe. Do you want to go to the sky or not? Do you really want to truly live in abundance or not? Do you want to make a choice with the girl that you truly want to be with from a place of abundance where you can keep your balls when you do decide to get into a relationship and really be with a girl and love a girl and cherish her and have her cherish you and just have this amazing, would you rather, start into that relationship knowing that you can be 100% true to yourself? You know that you're going to, no matter what, from day one to, day 365 to 1,000, you are always going to be true to yourself. This girl really supports you and loves you for who you are, what's most important to you, and she's all about learning and evolving and keeping and really creating life together and growing together. I mean, do you want to come from a place like that, or do you want to come from a place of scarcity and kind of, walking on eggshells, dude? Because that's where you are right now. You're not walking on a solid foundation to be able to make that decision. If you do make that decision, I'll support you. I'll laugh. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'll watch you fall. But I'm just warning you. You are walking on eggshells, dude. And you don't want to hear that. It's a fucking shitty thing to hear in the situation that you're in, because you really do want to do this, and you're just like, yeah. Chris can understand it.
Yeah.
Alan can understand it, and many other guys that I've worked with know firsthand, what I'm talking about. I told them the same thing. They chose not to listen. They learned the hard way. They fucked up. They kicked around. They lost their balls. They were standing in the middle of the road looking down, looking for their little wanker, and they couldn't find it. And it takes a lot of time to find your wanker, right? Even if it's little like yours. So.
Here's the thing. I understand all the feelings and emotions that you're feeling right now. I felt the exact same way, and I was just the same way you were. I said, yeah, but she's different. Yeah, but she's this, she's that. And it's hard to understand it when you're right in the middle of it, because then you have emotions flowing through you. You're just in a fog. What I recommend is just remember this call and just refer back to it from time to time. That's what I recommend.
Other recommendation.
Okay.
Other recommendation. If you do want to pursue it, maximum 2 days a week. See her. Maximum. Only see her 2 days a week. Do not text message. Do not text message her and call her every day. Maybe 3 days a week, that's it. If during that weekly period, you still go out with your boys, and you have your boy time, where you go out, you bullshit, you have a good time, shoot the shit, talk about women, talk about how hot this other girl is. You still have that time. You still have you time, no matter what. No matter how much she wants to see you, this is my boys' night. This is my boys' night out. My recommendation, no matter what, I don't give a shit if you actually act on the situation or not, but no matter what, You go out, you keep that edge, you keep that same fun, sexy personality that you had when you met your girl, and you carry that everywhere you go. You can still have fun, and you need to still have fun and flirt with other women. You need to meet other women. You still need to take you still need to push yourself outside your comfort zone to go and push yourself and go talk to girls, to meet them, to socialize, to interact, to flirt. That is who you are, right? That's gonna keep all these things that I'm telling you are gonna help you to keep your balls. If you stop them, and you guys get into a point where, I mean, it's a month into it, dude. It's not gonna happen for probably another 3 months. So, like Chris said, keep watching this video back because you're gonna need it. Slowly but surely, she's gonna be creeping in on your guys' night out. Slowly but surely, she's gonna be putting the horse blinders on you, so like, making you feel bad for, checking out other girls, or walking down the street and having other girls checking you out. She's gonna make you feel bad for it, so then you're gonna have to feel like you gotta walk around fucking looking at the ground all the time. There's a lot of shit that'll happen that and it's so subtle, dude. It's so subtle. Women are fucking great at it. It's fascinating. They don't do it intentionally. It's all unintentional. It's so subtle. You'll never see the signs. I think Chris and Alan could vouch for that. You'll never see the signs for when they actually do it to you and how things happen. But and then worse, then it gets to a point where guess what? Hey, where's Michelle on tonight's call? Oh, he emailed me saying he has something going on next week. Hey, where's Michelle on tonight's call? Oh, yeah, he ended up doing this tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, next week. Oh, hey, where's Michelle at? Oh, he has this going on. He's traveling with his girlfriend. Oh. And then that'll go on for about it.
As soon as you disappear from the calls, we know that she's got your balls in a vice.
All right. I won't disappear from the calls. I promise.
It's important to have other girls in your life, no matter what. If you're going to be exclusive with this girl, she's going to be your only girlfriend, which I don't recommend at this time. Then you do need other friends that are around you.
You need to have other girlfriends. You need to be going out, still meeting other women. You don't have to fuck them. You don't have to take them home and do anything with them and take it beyond that point. But you still need to go out and meet other women to get. Michelle, let me ask you this: like, when you go out to a bar and you get that eye contact with a girl, you're checking her out and she's checking you out, and that attraction's there, and it's just like, yeah, I'm the fucking man. You get that feeling, right? And then maybe you start talking, and you just feel desirable. You feel sexually desirable because this girl's wanting you, right? She's checking you out. She's like eating you with her eyes, right? You need to keep that. The problem with a lot of relationships is when you get into a relationship, that kind of dies down between you and your partner, right? After a certain period, that kind of slows down. It's not exciting anymore. It's all the lustful, fucking fantasy, crazy, hot, adventurous thoughts and the way you look at each other kind of disappears, right? You need to keep that, and by listening to us here, you can keep that. It's possible to keep that, but you got to keep your balls. You lose your balls, you will never have that with your girl.
Yeah, I do want to do that. I do want to go out with my boys and have fun and flirt with girls, and I've realized that it's really important to do that because I really felt it, and I will only meet her twice a week. Yeah.
There's one more thing I wanted to add, is that she will challenge you from time to time about, the other girls, and you need to be strong enough to stand up to that, even to the point where you need to be willing to walk away. And you need to be willing to let her go. If that's like a deal breaker for her,
Okay.
you need to be able to let her go.
That's awesome, Chris. And one of the biggest things that you need to remember moving forward, Michelle, is the person that cares less in the relationship always holds the upper hand. Okay? You understand what that means?
Yeah. Yeah, I do understand.
If you are falling in love with...
I've seen ghosts of the girlfriends past.
Yes. If you're falling in love with this girl and you're having these crazy thoughts and ideas of actually being with this girl like longer term and whatever and really falling in love with her after 30 days of meeting her, that's fucking scary, dude.
What?
Why? Because you might as well take your balls, dude. Right here, your balls. Take your balls and give them to her. By falling in love with a girl, just talking to us like a little bitch like you are right now, you might as well fucking just go. When you get off the phone, Michelle, I want you to fucking take your balls, put them on a fucking platter, and carry them over to her house and just give them to her.
With a flower. With a flower.
Okay.
With a flower and a thank you card.
I was gonna say,
Some tomatoes.
don't forget the thank you card.
Chris is the flower, Drew is the thank you card, and Michelle is the fucking balls on the platter.
Okay.
Michelle, how you feel, man?
Michelle,
Oh,
we're
man.
surprised. You've been warned.
Yeah.
You've been warned.
You've been
Yeah,
warned,
I've
dude.
been warned. Yeah.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris.
But if I...
How did it feel for you, dude? Hang on, Michelle, hang on. Chris, how did it feel for you when I had this conversation with you back when you were going through that lovey-dovey phase? How did that feel?
I felt exactly the way Michelle felt. It was like, yeah, they don't really understand. They don't know this girl the way that I know her.
They don't know what I'm feeling.
This girl's different.
That's why I said, I know what you're going through. I know you're like in this fog right now, this emotional fog. That's why I say keep this recording handy because you're going to need it. Because you don't think clearly when you're in that.
I hear you.
I have a question actually. How
I hear you all. Loud and clear. With this girl?
He says, I hear you loud and clear. I don't really like it. This call really fucking sucks right now, but I hear you.
he's like, can we talk about somebody else?
Yeah. and he mysteriously pulled an Adam, and we got no video. Oh, there he is. No.
Hey, Michelle, how long have you been with this girl?
Yeah. For a month. But, what? For a month and, 2 days a week.
A month.
I had a month.
There's still, I think there's still time for you to back off without causing any permanent damage.
Dude, here's the thing. You are still fresh in the relationship. You want to just like what we were talking about now. You want to have some fun? I'll show you how to have some fun with this, all right? You want to fucking do what you said you wanted to fucking sign up for this program for? You really want that? Tell me right now. Yes or no?
Yeah, but also with her.
Oh my God! Did you guys see that? Did you capture that? Oh my God!
Oh my God!
What the?
Fucking priceless.
That was unbelievable. Oh, Joe, I think you just need a video capture of that 5-second fresh show.
See, understand one thing, guys. There is nothing that any one of you could do that will not surprise me that I have not seen or done or experienced myself. All right. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about here. You got to trust me on this, right? All right. So Michelle, you want to do it right? This is how you do it. You change your plan up, right? You change your plan up. You change your 12-month goal, what you want to do, and now you want to do it with a girl, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Well, what do you want? You said that you wanted to date around and have different sexual experiences with different women. You want to have a little bit of variety for a while, and then maybe one day you want to settle down. You can still do that in this opportunity, but you need to set the ground rules with her right off the bat. You need to let her know if she wants to be with you, it's going to be under my terms. Under what is most important to me, based on your core values and who you are and what you want. That is the only way, dude, that I give you permission to continue forward with this. Because I don't want to see you end up like Chris or, Alan or, half the guys that every fucking guy that I told, not to do that. If you want to continue on the same path and keep this girl in your life, you can. But you do it on your terms. It's really that black and white. I want to have sex with multiple women.
Yes.
If this girl is cool with me being with her and being with other women, each week, either she's cool with sleeping with me on a Friday night and me going out with my boys and hooking up with a girl on a Saturday night. If she's cool with that, then awesome. Or, alternative, is if she's cool with, if she doesn't really want you going off and being with other women, behind her back, you do it together, right? Share the wealth. You got there's more than enough. There's more than enough to go around. Bring them in. Come here. Bring some girls into the relationship. Let her pick. Talk about that openly with her and let her know that you want to have that type of a girl. That's the type of relationship that you want. You feel that, it's really important to keep things hot and sexy and, you want to be able to bring other girls in. What do you ask her? What do you think about that? Look her right in the eyes and say, what do you think about that? I think it would be hot. I think it would be really fucking hot to see you with another girl. And there's a way to go around that, and I can talk to you about that in another call on how to actually set that up. And if you're in a great place, you could actually really set that up now. But you need to take all those things that you said are most important to you, what you want, and you never, ever, ever let them go, no matter what. And that applies to each and every one of you. You take what you want, what you know you want, and you don't lose sight of that. You don't know how you're going to get it. You just know you're going to get it. You don't care. You don't need to figure out how. I mean, I'll kind of give you some guidance along the way, Michelle. I mean, you're not on your own. I mean, I'm definitely here to work with you guys, but and that's where I can really chime in. But your key thing is to never lose sight of who you are, what you want, and what's really important to you. And Michelle, what you're doing right now by falling in love with this girl, it's going totally against everything that you've told me that you wanted. This is not about what I want for you, dude. This is about what you have told me over and over. What's most important to you. who you really are as a man. You falling in love with a girl a month after you and your girl for 10 years splitting up is not in alignment with what you want and what's most important to you. You're reverting back, not forward. Did you guys just see that? This conversation sucks. Not for me, but for Michelle. I've got a girl coming over in 10 minutes. I'm good.
Yeah, but Joe.
Michelle, remember, you got two balls, one for her and one for somebody else. Don't give them both to her.
I've got two balls to share throughout the week. Not just to share with one girl and one girl. No, I got two balls to share throughout the week. There's a variety. There's an abundance to share that with. Why would I be a fucking selfish cocksucker and only give it to one girl? That's so stupid.
Yeah. You really like this.
You needed to hear this, dude. You needed to hear this from us.
Dude, I have said this shit time after time again. I'm extremely passionate about it. Fuck me, dude. I absolutely cannot stand watching somebody that I'm working with, somebody that I'm caring about, somebody that I'm investing my time and energy into, seeing them walk away and fuck themselves up so bad. Again, this is not about me not wanting you to find love, or any of us not wanting you to find love, or any of us trying to tell you what you should or shouldn't like or want. This is me talking to you from man to man, looking you in your eyes saying, you know what? This is not what you said you wanted. This is not in alignment with who you are and what you really want and what is most important to you. And this is not in alignment with why you started this fucking journey in the first place. And deep down, you know that if you follow through with it, you're going to fuck up and you're going to go backwards. Which is why this conversation burns the fuck out of you right now.
Tune in next time for more from Skyy Lifestyles. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and visit us at CorySkyy.com.